Charlie Duncan Photography, cduncanphoto.com. I'm going to show you an in-depth tutorial on the import dialog box in Lightroom 5. To get to the import dialog box in Lightroom 5, you must be in the library module, and the import button will show up here. There also is another way to get to it by going to File, Import Photos and Video, or you can hit Control, Shift, and I at the same time. Once in the import dialog box, Lightroom will automatically select a device that you have connected, either a USB drive, which I have here, or a SD card that's connected to a card reader, and it will pull up the files that are on that device. It doesn't matter if they have multiple folders or anything. It usually just looks for all the files on the device. So starting from up here, we have a from, and then the drive path, and you can click on that and select different places to import from. Below that we have the details of the source. You can add network volumes as well. There's an eject after import checkbox, which disconnects the device from your computer after it imports all the photos and finishes with that. Also, you have file structure down here, which you can select and look through your different folder structures to find your files. Up here you have copy as DNG, which copies as a digital negative, copy, which just copies the file, move, which actually moves the files from one location to another. The move is helpful if you are just starting in Lightroom and you want to move all your files to one location on your hard drive and not have duplicates moved at the same time, because Lightroom's really good at not selecting or not importing suspected duplicates. And then there's add, which if your files are in a place where you want them to remain, but you want to import them into Lightroom, still you would click add up here, which is grayed out, and it would just add them without copying them or moving them. Underneath that you have your thumbnails, which you can look at individually thumbnails with this this loop view right here, or you can go to your grid view and see all of your thumbnails. You can also double click to get to the loop view, and I believe double click back to get to the grid view. So selecting photos is done by these checkboxes here, and if the photo already exists in Lightroom, the checkbox may still be checked, but the photo will actually be grayed out and it will not be imported when this don't import suspected duplicates is selected. And you can check and uncheck all photos from this checkbox here, or you can check and uncheck from these two buttons down here. You can also sort your photos by capture time, check state, file name, or media type. And down here there's a slider that makes your thumbnails larger or smaller. So moving over here, this is the destination. So this is where they're going on your computer. If you click add, this will not be here. It will just go into a Lightroom catalog. You can click on here and select where you want them. My Pictures is the default, which is normally the default for most importing programs. Moving down here, under file handling, we have render previews. Render previews is when you're looking at your pictures in any of the modules, you can zoom into them you usually start looking at them as thumbnail views. But you can zoom into them to a one-to-one preview so you can see if they're in focus or if there's noise and such. The rendering previews that I usually use are either minimum or one-to-one. This determines how much time it takes to import. If you render one-to-one previews, importing will take a long time. If you render minimal previews, importing won't take very long at all. The advantage to doing one-to-one previews is when you're going through your files, if you want to click in and zoom on a bunch of them, you would render the one-to-one previews first, and it will show you. It won't take a long time to render that preview afterwards because it's already been rendered as you imported it. So you can either do minimal or one-to-one depending on when you want to wait for your photos. Build Smart Previews is new to Lightroom 5. You can, if you're going to keep your files on an external drive but you don't want to keep that external drive plugged in, you can build Smart Previews, and you can actually unplug that external drive and still work on your photos as Smart Previews. And then when you plug into your external drive again, it will actually update those or the XMP files with the information that you've adjusted in the develop module. Don't import suspected duplicates. This actually goes through and checks your catalog for files that are already in there, and it won't import them again. If, say, you used the card yesterday, didn't delete any of the photos off of it, took some pictures today and plugged the same card in, if you imported those yesterday's photos, it will say, it will gray them out and it won't import them because it will see that they're already in there. Make a second copy too. This will actually make another copy as it imports, so it will import to wherever your 2 is going. But it will also, you can make a second copy for a backup or any other reason that you would want a second copy for. File renaming. So you can actually rename these files to the date in the file name, a custom name like one of 20, custom name and original file number. Shoot name is about the same as custom name, but I haven't seen any difference in the file structure when you do custom name or shoot name. Yeah, Lightroom has all these options here for different renaming. You can also do lowercase or uppercase extensions, and it shows you a sample of the rename file here. So if you were going to do file name sequence, it would show you image 001 and then -1. But I usually don't rename files on import, but that could be useful to someone else. Applying during import, you can actually apply different presets. Say you wanted to import all these photos as black and white, you could actually go to the black and white presets that come with Lightroom, and you can import them all as a black and white preset. Or say there's something you want done, like maybe you want to adjust the exposure up of all your files as you import them. You can make a preset for that and then have that adjusted. Metadata, you can actually this is where I add my copyright to all my photos as I import them. You can set up a preset here to add any sort of information you want to the metadata as you import it, and it will add that to it. I add my copyright information here. So you can actually have your copyright data inputted into your files as you import them. Keywords, you can actually keyword every one of these photos as you import them, and it will add keywords to them. Say you took all these pictures while you were camping, you could add camping to the keywords, and then when you search for them, all these would pop up for camping. Destination. So this is a detailed destination. This is a summary of the destination. This is the details to it. You can organize them by date into one folder. You can change the date format to several different dates. You can put them all into one subfolder and then organize by date as well. My structure is by date with the 4-digit year, 2-digit month, and 2-digit day, just because I shoot every day. Down here you have your directory tree, which shows you where the files are going, and this down here, since they're sorted by date, says that these pictures were taken on this date, and the 4 of them were taken on this date, and they will go into this folder, and then 7 of them were taken on this date, and will go into this folder. Once you have all that set up, you can actually create a preset of this. So say you have a wife and she wants to import her pictures. You can actually have her set up her own metadata and then save it as an import preset here. So all you would have to do would be select wife's pictures import or my pictures import, and you would have all that preset up to save like where it's going, what to rename it to, and everything like that. Lightroom is set up so if you're going to do something more than once, you might as well set up presets for it. It's actually quite well. This little triangle here actually shrinks down the dialog box, so you just have a summary of what's going on with the files. I like to have it big so I can see my thumbnails and see what's going on with them. And once you're done with all that, you just click import and it imports your files, so you're ready to work with them. And then you're ready to sort, edit, whatever else you want to do in Lightroom. And that's the import dialog box. I'm Charlie Duncan, Charlie Duncan Photography, cduncanphoto.com. Stay tuned for more videos, and I hope this helps. Check out my website for more of my work. Thanks. Bye.